Hey folks, welcome back to another video on TRK Gaming, and a very quick tip for those of you all who are trying to learn to play for Akuma. This is something that I often see in ranked matches against opponents who are trying to execute the air fireball. Now, if you try to do the air fireball is basically jumping forward and then you press quarter circle forward and a punch button. So for Akuma, if he jumps in the air forward, that's what the air fireball would look like. So once again, that's the input. Now you can do this as well with the EX fireball, but you can also do that. The difference is you can do it with a neutral jump. You cannot neutral jump and then do a normal fireball. You can only do the neutral jump and the EX. So I hope you understand exactly what I'm trying to show here. You could jump forward as well and do an EX fireball as well. But this could be a little tricky, a little dangerous as well, because once he finishes, he lands, and let's just say you miss your fireball, the Akuma player is very open to being punished. And I see it often, guys are doing it and they're very confused and they're thinking to themselves, why am I getting a punish? And the fireball missed, or they looped over the opponent and landed on the other side, things like that. So I'm going to record a fireball, a typical traditional air fireball from Akuma, and show you how it would look like. So let's just say this is what it look like, and I'm blocking. I'm immediately blocking. I'm holding down and back, and let's just say for demonstration purposes, he does it, and he happens to miss the fireball. You see, he's open. As soon as he lands, I could actually do a fat punish. That's a down heavy punch. So for Ryu, that's a 9-frame startup. I could also probably use this as well. I'm not too sure I could use this. Let's just test it out. No, he'll still be ducking. Let's just see again. Yeah, so you could use this, a 10-frame startup. Let's just check again and see. Right, so he's very open to being punished. Yeah, so he misses the air fireball. You know, you could just punish him very badly for it. But you have to time it as well. But against a very good player, they will not miss their punishes, trust me. Right, so you could get something very high damaging combo. Right, so that's just an example. Now, what about if he ends up landing up on the other side of the opponent? So I'm going to do a recording where he does the air fireball, and I'm going to block on the other side. So if I know I'm going to land on the other side, I'm going to press forward and down, because that will be my back once I switch sides. I don't know if you'll get confused by what I'm trying to say, but let's just say I do an air fireball land. I'm going to hold, you know, down and back in the other direction. So I'm blocking in this direction. So, right, so he's blocking already. But if he misses, he does the air fireball, and I could still do a very fat punish on him. See? Because there's a window that he's open, right? Right, so you see that. So it's what I'm trying to get at, guys, is basically it's very risky to do the fireball like this. And I know I've come a long way just to tell you the best way to execute the fireball is by doing what I call an instant air fireball. Almost similar to like how characters like Jamie, Cammy, and Jury have their instant dive kicks. So you know, for Jamie, the instant dive kick, he can actually, let's just say he jumps in the air and presses down back kick, he gets his dive kick, right? But you could do quarter circle back quarter circle back and then press up forward, direction up forward, like that, and kick, and you get the instant dive kick, which it's a short hop, it's very quick, so it's kind of hard to react to it, as opposed to someone jumping in the air, looping so high, and then coming down with it. You know, you could probably see that from a mile, right? This one, not so much. It's kind of instant. Now that's why they call it an instant dive kick, right? So similarly, if we go back to, sorry, let me just switch on to Akuma so you could actually see what it looks like on the controller map, as well as the controller that's below on the screen. So if I press quarter circle forward and I press up forward and I press punch, I'll get an instant air fireball, similar to like the instant dive kick, where he doesn't have to jump so high in the air like this and then come down and then do the fireball and be very vulnerable to being punished. I could do something like this, right? Now that's kind of hard to actually see. Now some guys are actually good to do their anti-airs and respond to this. I'm just letting you know, but it's a lot more efficient and a little safer than doing the traditional air fireball, where you jump in the air and then you press quarter circle forward and then press enter punch button. Now I'm not sure you can do this. You could do this with the EX as well, like that. Right, you could also do quarter circle forward and then press up. You know, you don't need to press up forward. You could get something similar to that, almost like an instant EX fireball, as opposed to jumping in the air and then doing this. So you see the difference? Right? It's a lot faster than doing just the jump, and you can see the distance he has to jump. He jumps very high, as opposed to if I just do this. It's not that much difference, but it's a lot easier to well, you're a lot safer. Let's just put it that way. So this is the instant air fireball. And this is what the normal fireball would look like. Right, so just to show you guys also another demonstration that although you're doing the instant air fireball, you can still be punished for doing it, right? Just letting you know that as well. So I'm gonna record the instant air fireball, what it's gonna look like, and then block immediately right after. And let's just see, how would I go about doing this? Right, so I'm pressing down forward, so in case he loops over me, right? So you see, I'm still susceptible to being punished. Right, so but it's hardly likely that you would slip under this instant air fireball. It has to be like, right? And he is blocking upon landing, so just to show you, right? So he is blocking as soon as he can once he lands. But a player who's very sharp would not let this slip. Because there's a small window to punish the Akuma player. Like that. So quick video, guys, try doing the instant air fireball as opposed to the traditional jump in the air and then do the fireball. Practice this method. Like with all things, it takes time to get better at it, but as I always end my videos, keep practicing, keep getting better at Street Fighter 6, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. Later.